So he crossed Negroes and white people. So these Negroes are having four color genes. They are all dominant genes AA, BB, and white people having no color genes. That means they are having recessive genes small a and small b, and crossing between these two people. So in the F1 generation, that means crossing between black and white people, in F1 generations all the progeny are called mulattoes. So here mulattoes means a person of mixed white and black ancestry. So especially a person with one white and one black parent. So these mulattoes are having a color intermediate between the parents, and the genotype as capital A, small a, capital B, small b. That means that is an intermediate color. Is neither black nor white. So why do we have different skin color? Why do we humans are having different skin color? So the color of a skin of a human being is determined by presence of a quantity of the pigment. So the presence of the quantity of a pigment called melanin. The melanin is produced by the melanocytes which are present in the skins. If more melanin is there in a person, the person will be more darker. The person is having less melanin, the quantity of the melanin is less, the person will be less dark or fairer in complexion. So this the quantity of the melanin is expressed in three genes. So there are A, B and C. They will be having their both three genes are having their own alleles. If that gene A is having allele A, capital A, so that is adding melanin, and if it is having a recessive A, that means do not add melanin. In the same way, the gene B is having two alleles, capital B and small b. If the capital is there, adding melanin to the person, and B means don't add melanin. In the same way, the gene C is having two alleles, capital C and small c. That capital C is there adding melanin to the person, and small c do not add melanin. So cumulatively they all together, these three genes express to produce skin color, expression of skin color in human beings. So when they cross between black and white parent, the progenies will be in intermediate color. They are neither black nor white. So that means they are having some dark complexion, darker and fair, intermediate color. So totally fully they are not black and totally they are not white. So when these two genes, that means that when the cross between two breeding parents, we get intermediate progeny. That means capital A, small b, capital B, small b. So yeah. So capital A, small b, capital B, sorry, small b, capital A, small a, capital B, small b. That is an intermediate color. So in F2 generations, when the intermediates, that means self breeding happens, cross with itself. So during the fertilizations, what are the possibilities of gametes? So their possibilities of gametes will like intermediate progenies. So here capital A, capital B, capital A, small b, small a, capital B, small a, small b. In the same way, capital A, capital B, capital A, small a, capital B, small a, small b. So when the checkerboard they expressed like the cross between Negroes and a white person, the progenies will be okay when the fertilization between both male and female parents. The progenies are like if the progeny expresses all the dominant characters, the person will be dark. If he expresses dominant and both recessive, he is not black, he will be dark person. Example, capital A, capital A, capital B, small b. The same way, capital A, small a, capital B person will be dark. And a person with capital A with small b, capital B, small b. So this person is intermediate. That means is not having fairer skin and also darker skin. And if a person is having capital A, capital A, capital B and small b, his complexion will be dark but not black. If a progeny is having capital A and small b, again is darker complexion, that means is intermediate. And so here person with capital A, small b, capital B, small b is intermediate, and person with capital A, small b, his complexion is between person with intermediate and is having light complexion. That means the expression of two recessive genes. In the same way, capital A, small a, capital B, person will be darker complexion but not fair. And person with capital A, small b, capital B, small b is intermediate. And person with small a, capital B is again intermediate. And person with small a, capital B, small b, so he is lighter complexion. And person with capital A, small b, capital B, small b is having intermediate color complexion. And person with capital A, small b is having lighter complexion. Person with small a, capital B, small b is having a lighter complexion. And person with all the recessive genes, small b is whiter complexion. So this is how the polygenic genes, so different kinds of genes helps in expression of intermediate character.